Hey guys. So I know you guys have seen like the stories about like R. Kelly and his cult and Usher passing around STD and having like herpes and all of this and all of that, and how he's being sued by multiple women. How he's being sued. I think even one lawsuit is like for $40 million. Really? $40 million? Really? Honestly, I feel like if you sleep with somebody and you know they're kind of promiscuous, and Usher being who he is, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of women, maybe even some men, throwing themselves at him and just ready to bust it open for him. So I feel like if that's his lifestyle, and you as a person, as a woman, you should be kind of like mindful of that. Like, do I really want to lay down with this man without any type of protection whatsoever and catch whatever it is that he might be contaminated with? That's a question. That's a real question. That's a question that you really, really have to ask yourself. And that's something that you need to think about. So I think it's kind of funny that all of these people are coming forward saying that, yeah, he burnt me and I didn't know that he had an STD. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, really? Like, the dude has been famous since he was like maybe 12 years old. I mean, he's hung out with all. He knows pretty much everybody. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Usher, I personally, I've had a crush on Usher since. Actually, I liked him ever since Confessions. Like, I always thought he was cute, but when he did that confession video, that confessions video, y'all, I absolutely fell in love with him. And I mean, like, I would even walk past like a cardboard figure of him, and I would start screaming like it was outrageous. It was like, I'm like, okay, like even now, my son, he likes to mess with me. And then I'll be like, man, there is nobody famous that I have a crush on, that I look at, that I like, which is true for the most part. But then he'll say Usher, and I'll be like, ah! Yeah, I'll start screaming or something like that. Something ridiculous like that. Me, my overly grown self, will start screaming at the thought of Usher. Or I did, up until his little STD scare. But anyway, I don't feel that it's right that a person can sue you for $40 million for you catching a STD. I'm not saying what he did was right, but you have to look at it like this. In this situation, it's two people who chose to lay down. So two people should have been responsible for making sure that they were protected. And then I think one said that he had like green stuff oozing from his private part. And I'm thinking like, what kind of person are you that you'll sleep with a person with something green oozing from their private part unless you're trying to get pregnant on purpose by him? I mean, I think that's the only reason why any woman would sleep. Any woman that's not in a relationship with him would have sex with him to sleep with him in hopes of getting pregnant. Pregnant. Now, okay, I know some of y'all be like, "Well, girl, you wrong. Why would you even say that? That's not true. She probably just didn't think about it. She caught in the moment." No, 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 no. Now, if I know that there's a guy that's in my neighborhood, right, and he can be fine, he can have the nicest car, the nicest house, he can dress well, he can smell delicious. I mean, absolutely yummy. My God, he can like wear one of my throwback colognes, like Cool Water or Jupe, and he can smell so fantastic. But if I see every time I turn around, I see that he's sleeping with this girl, this girl, this girl, this girl, that girl, this girl, this girl, this girl, then he comes to me and I get my chance. Am I gonna do it? No, no. If I don't know that you're promiscuous is one thing, but I know you just wide open with it, then nah, I'm not sleeping with you. Even with 10 condoms. Even with 10 condoms, saran wrap. Even with 10 condoms, saran wrap, and boots. I'm not doing it because ain't no telling what you have. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'm not going to take that kind of risk with my life. So, in a situation with R. Kelly. Oh yeah. Oh, let's go back to R. Kelly. Wait a minute. Let me rewind. Let me wrap up Usher. But in the situation with Usher, it's ridiculous that you would try to sue that man for $40 million for having sex with him. And I know you said that you didn't know that he had a disease, but if he was dripping, then you knew he had a disease. And when you slept with him, you had intentions of doing something. And I don't think it was to fall in love. So you need to check yourself about that, boo, because you're absolutely wrong, in my opinion. Anyway, now as far as this R. Kelly stuff, like, I mean, first it was Bill Cosby, how he was date raping people, supposedly, since like the 1970s. When these men are in these kind of positions, y'all, I don't really think, I mean, unless there's something really wrong with him, I don't think he would want to rape somebody and to jeopardize or tarnish his name and, ruin his career. I really don't. Especially since there's so many women willing to bust it open for free. I mean, they don't want a handbag, they don't want rent paid, they don't want a car note paid, they don't even want to go to dinner, they ain't looking for an outfit, they're not looking for anything whatsoever outside of the experience of being with this person. So, with that being said, do I believe that R. Kelly has a special cult? Do I believe that R. Kelly has a special cult and he's actually kidnapping women and forcing them to be there with him? No. I think that he probably gives people options, and I think they willingly go, and I think some of them may be of age. And if there's anyone underage, I believe that um, I believe that if they're underage and they're around him, it's because their parents authorized it, and maybe he paid his parents off. But I don't think he's kidnapping people and raping people and holding them hostage and doing all of this nonsense. I mean, it just seems like all of the greats have to be tarnished for something. That was Bill Cosby. That was R. Kelly. That was Usher. I mean, I'm not sure who's next, but I mean, yeah, they tried to say Prince was crazy before he died. Like, I guess for me, it's like if you're not rolling with the agenda, then you're rolling against the agenda. And when you're rolling against the agenda, then something just might happen to you.